Hello again, and welcome back to Smoky Valley Library's STEM lesson. This week we will be learning about the outer planets, including Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and the new dwarf planet, Pluto. Now, engineers have only been able to send a few space missions all the way to the planets of Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. These have included the Pioneer 11 and Voyager 1 that reached Saturn, and the Voyager 2 that reached all three of the outer planets. The Cassini-Huygens mission launched in 1997 and is currently investigating Saturn and its moons. The New Horizons spacecraft launched in 2006 and was scheduled for a flyby of Pluto in 2007. All of the missions I have mentioned have relayed back information and images we would have never been able to gather if it weren't for the ingenuity of engineers. Now, let's begin with the next planet in line, Saturn. It's the second largest planet and has rings that were discovered by Galileo in 1610. He was not able to clearly distinguish that they were rings. Instead, he thought they were arms or handles. Saturn's rings stretch 2.5 times the distance from the Earth to the Moon. Wow, that's a long distance. But they are only half a mile thick. Now, Saturn is made up of helium and hydrogen. And in 1979, a spacecraft called the Pioneer 11 was the first spacecraft to visit Saturn. From this mission, we learned that Saturn has a magnetic field 500 times stronger than Earth's. Now, Saturn has at least 56 moons, the largest being Titan. In 1657, Jean Cassini discovered a gap between an A and a B ring, which he called the Cassini division. The gravitational influence of Saturn's moon, Mimas, is responsible for the Cassini division. Saturn's rings are the most complex in our solar system and are made of mostly water and ice. The ring material ranges in size from a few micrometers to several tens of meters wide. Oddly enough, 2 of Saturn's moons orbit within the gaps of the rings. Now, after Saturn, we have Uranus, which is the 7th planet. Up until Sir William Herschel discovered Uranus in 1781, it was thought to be a star. Uranus is named after the father of Saturn in Roman mythology. Uranus is very cold and its surface consists mostly of water. We have discovered 15 moons so far, but the Voyager 2 discovered that Uranus has 11 rings. The Voyager 2 furthered our knowledge of Uranus. We have discovered that it's tilted to 98 degrees, which makes it perpendicular to its orbit. It's tilted on its side. Sometimes the North Pole points to the Sun, and other times the South Pole does. This causes strange days and seasons on Uranus. Seasons can last more than 20 years. Uranus's atmosphere is composed of methane gas, which gives the planet a blue-green color. Sunlight is reflected from the tops of the clouds hovering above Uranus under a layer of methane gas. As the reflected sunlight passes back through the methane layer, the red portion of light is absorbed, allowing the blue portion we see to pass through. Now, on to the 8th planet, Neptune. Neptune is not visible with the naked eye from Earth. It was the first planet to be mathematically predicted before it was seen. Voyager 2 discovered that Neptune has changing weather patterns like Jupiter, has a giant storm, the Great Dark Spot it's called, that comes and goes every few years. Now, the Voyager 2 also confirmed that Neptune has 6 rings and at least 13 moons. Neptune orbits the Sun once every 165 Earth years and is the furthest real planet from the Sun. The composition of Neptune's atmosphere is methane, hydrogen, and helium. The storm systems produce winds of over 700 miles per hour and have clouds composed of frozen methane. The methane is what makes Neptune appear bluish. Now, onto what I want to say is the 9th planet, Pluto. Poor Pluto. I want to say it's the last planet in our solar system, as you can see right over here. It was when I was growing up. Up until recently, Pluto was known as the smallest, coldest planet and the 9th planet from our Sun. As of August 24, 2006, the International Astronomical Union formally downgraded Pluto from an official planet to a dwarf planet, which is a celestial body that orbits the Sun and has self-gravity, but has not cleared other things out of the way in its orbital neighborhood. Now, Pluto is a part of a group of objects in an orbit in a zone beyond Neptune called the Kuiper Belt. In 1930, Clyde Tombaugh discovered Pluto while searching for planets because of a strange pull that Neptune and Uranus had away from the Sun. Charon, Pluto's only satellite, was later discovered rotating around Pluto. Pluto is very small and appears very faint, even when using a high-powered telescope. Pluto and Charon are locked into a synchronous rotation, a strange phenomenon often referred to as a double planet system. Now, Pluto is covered in nitrogen, carbon monoxide, and methane ice. During its closer passes to the Sun, the methane and frozen nitrogen are heated up and form a thin layer of gas. Now, Pluto has the most craziest orbit of all of the planets, which results in Pluto and Neptune switching their positions relative to the Sun. So every now and then, Neptune will switch places with Pluto, and Pluto will switch places with Neptune. So sometimes Pluto is closer to the Sun than Neptune, and this happens every 228 years and lasts for 20 years. Most recently, this happened between 1979 and 1999. Now, thank you all for watching the video. If you would like to learn more and join us for the activity, Making the Solar System, please call us or give us an email to sign up. And please be sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you and have a great day.